Okay, guys, this is my review for UFC 115, Liddell versus Franklin. This UFC was a pretty much it was a good card. It was a lot of not mega stars, stacked matches, but it was a lot of climbing up the ladder matches. So let's first start off with Conduit and McDonald. This was a really good match because Conduit was getting his tail beat for the first two rounds by the younger, hungrier lion supposedly, and then in the third round, he went to his corner, and Jackson told him that he got in his ass and told him that, this is a war, you really need to get your act together. He went in there and dominated Conduit. I mean, laid and prayed, ground and pounded on the guy. Broke, I think, something in his eye socket, and then the ref calls the match at 4:53 in the match with like 8 seconds left in the match. A lot of people will probably say that the ref should have let it go on, but even though I don't know if he would have won the decision because it could have been probably I believe like a 10-7 round for Conduit in that third round. The other two rounds, McDonald did win, but not as a huge dominant fashion as that third round. But anyway, Conduit wins that. So then we'll go on to the Ben Roethlisberger and Evil fight. That fight was okay, as always in the heavyweight. First round started out great, second round was okay, and then the third round went to snail pace. It was just a bunch of slow paced match. But anyway, Rothwell beats Evil in that match by unanimous decision. Okay, and then we have Palio Thiago against Campman. It was a good match. Pretty just gender generic match. It was pretty much Campman pretty much beating up Thiago the whole 3 rounds, and he wins by unanimous decision also. And then we went to Cro Cop versus Pat Barry. Now, this fight was interesting because, Pat Barry was a huge fan of Cro Cop, and they were going to. Pat Barry was talking about how this is going to be a huge stand-up war, and you ain't got to worry about anybody taking anybody to the ground. And they were just going to play Rock'em Sock'em Robots all for the whole 3 rounds. And then Pat Barry gets in there and finds out that no one wants to play Rock'em Sock'em Robot for 3 rounds, and you shouldn't go in expecting someone to just fight it out standing up all the entire time with you. And so, Pat Barry got in his first couple of shots, and he really hurt Cro Cop, but Cro Cop recovers. And then Cro Cop takes him down on the ground, I believe, in the second round. And then in the third round, he, turns it up a notch, Cro Cop does, and catches Pat Barry. And then they get to the ground, and then what does Cro Cop do? He submits him with a rear naked choke. So Pat Barry will learn his lesson that you can't go in there expecting everyone just to fight you standing up, no matter who it is and what you've seen in their previous fights. Do not expect them to just stand up and bang with you. Okay, so Cro Cop wins and by TKO. So, I'm sorry, not by TKO. He wins by submission. Sorry. He wins by submission. Then we have Liddell versus the main event. Liddell versus Rich Franklin. It was a great match. Also, Liddell really surprised me. He went in there and he just didn't rely on his stand-up punching power. I mean, he went in there, did kicks. He went in there, did his running zombie takedown, which he took Frank down. So I think he ended up cutting himself in the middle of the takedown. But then, he went out there, balls to the wall, trying to get one of those heavy-handed swings in, and then he got caught by Rich's broken arm, and got knocked out cold. Which, and Rich broke his arm by getting a kick. He received a kick from Chuck that he was blocking, and it broke his arm. But Chuck ended up getting knocked out in the first round by Rich's broken arm. So this should really be the end of Chuck's career as a fighter. He needs to work in the back office, or he needs to do something. As a lot of people that read, Chuck's new job is going to be a Walmart door greeter. So, but it was really a great career for Chuck, and I think it's really time for him to hang it up. He's been knocked out too many times. He's going to really hurt himself if he continues to fight like this. So once again, that was my review for UFC 115. If you guys like my video, please subscribe, comment, and rate. Once again, thanks guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.